Hey everybody, Rosmatter here, and welcome to part 8 of my House in Fata Morgana, a Requiem for Innocence Let's Play. The last episode, we took a break away from Yakubo to follow Morgana and what happened to her after the raid on the brothel. Stuff, of course, if you have watched the original, or read the original game, you know the gist of it, which was her ending up kidnapped and put onto a cart with a bunch of slaves where she met the swordsman, who then brutally killed everybody. She managed to escape and found her way in a little cabin and took over as kind of like the witch by the lake. And then that's where she met Mel, and then that's where the whole thing about like the her blood came back, where she started to use her blood again because she saw Mel as a friend and wanted to help him, and of course that kind of bit her in the butt. Because Yakubo learned about that and got the swordsman to bring her to him. And now their paths have crossed again, but she's so far gone. She's like, you know, dealing with the trauma of her encounter with the previous lord, that she doesn't even recognize Yakubo anymore, just sees him as the lord. So that kind of like, it felt like eroded the last little bit of humanity he left. She felt like his tether, and with her not recognizing him, like that's it. So he's just too far gone now, I feel like. So I imagine like with that, like with her now being locked away, I don't know how much more of this is left because we know how the story ends. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to get back into it, see if we get any new information from, you know, all that stuff that happened up until the inevitable end. So let's get back into it. Good day, Lord Barnier. Not hungry. I need some time to rest, so don't bother me. Yes, sir. And to make sure everyone knows, they are to stay away from my room. By your command, my lord. Why? Why was she the lakeside witch? How could this happen? There must be something I can do. Some way to fix this. No, don't fool yourself, you damned buffoon. There's no fixing that. Her arm has been cut off. Her mind broken. If only that Far Eastern dog hadn't been such a damn idiot. Then she might actually be in proper shape. Fucking fuck. I'm the one who gave the order. The only one to blame for this is me. I can spend all goddamn... I'm glad he at least acknowledges that it is his fault. He's trying to pass it off as the swordsman's fault, but like, he's the one who gave the order. I can spend all goddamn day regretting it, but there is no taking back what has already been done. Ugh, god damn it. What the hell am I supposed to do? What can I do? I could set her free. And a doctor, yes. Find a good doctor. There is no getting her arm back, but he could at least patch her up. This is all my fault. So I'll do right by her, look after her myself. Well, something obviously happened between this and, you know, him keeping her there for God knows how long and still taking her blood. Make sure she's taken care of for the rest of her life. Are you out of your mind, Yakubo? Why would she ever want to stay with you? Ah, damn it, I can't even stay focused. Gah. What is there to think about, boy? You already know what you must do. Get out of here, spirit. When will you learn your damn lesson and just stay dead, damn it? The last thing I need is a pathetic ghost constantly sticking its nose in my business. Fahaha. Strong words from the man who can't even keep his head in the presence of said pathetic ghost. The answer is plain as day, boy. You proceed exactly as planned. Make witch's blood into a miracle elixir and distribute it to the church. You'll take in tithes, as well as winning the people's favor for supporting their new beloved church. It's a fine scheme. I'm impressed you came up with it, boy. Silence. That was before I knew she was the witch. What does it matter? The girl's going to be dead soon regardless. Progress and growth, it always comes at a price. You need simply accept that the price has already been paid. Tell me, is the girl worth throwing the entire venture aside, knowing you'll lose all the goodwill you made to gain from it and more? Morgana's... A child could tell you which has more value. You bear the weight of this entire land, boy. Don't try to cast that aside because you killed one little girl. She isn't dead. She's still... Surely you can't call that living. She's not. She is, and you killed her. I did not. I mean, yes, he will. And then the whole thing about showing her the world and then locking her away. There is no turning back. Why are you so upset about this, boy? Countless slaves have perished at your command. You had the slum rats who tried to bite you slaughtered, and only now are you concerned about another's life. Surely you're not still clinging to your naive sentimentality, are you? Oh, but she's different from those disposable sacks of flesh. She's dear to me. We have so many wonderful memories together. I love her. Enough. You've come too far to step down from the throne. No matter how much you may have cared for the girl before, it is out of the question now. You cannot have her. When a nobleman marries, it's for political purposes. Be it connections, resources, appearances. Always something to gain. Taking a nameless peasant girl will make you laughingstock of the land. So lock her up and drain her until there's nothing left. Shut your damn mouth, accursed spirit. You don't have any idea what you're talking about. You don't know the first thing about how I feel about her. The things we've shared. Wait a minute. What's going on? How the hell did you know any of that? Took you long enough, boy. How did I not realize? You were never the kind of man to speak of progress and growth, right? He doesn't care about the betterment of the land. It's just like he's just putting a face on the dark side of him, and he's putting it in the image of Lord Barnier. But Lord Barnier is just speaking all the things that deep down he believes. That I wasn't. What the hell? What are you? I've already told you. I am the curse known as the Lord of the Land. Or, if you need me to put it in simple terms for your simple mind, I am your sickness. You're out of your mind. I am not sick. I'm not the one who's out of his mind, boy. This is a world of madness and disease, but not of spirits. The throne drives all who sit upon it to madness. Power of sanity, power or sanity, a man can only have one. And all the faster will his grip on his mind slip when he has no one at his side to shield him from his enemies. It's interesting to think that if his advisor had survived, he may have still progressed down this road to some degree, but not at the pace and not as quickly and as hard as he did. I am not Jean-Francois Barnier, and there's no way for you to banish this spirit. Your mind is broken, on the verge of collapse. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. No. No, 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 no. You're lying. My mind is not broken. I am perfectly sane. There's not a grain of madness in me. Tell me, Jacobo, is this the power you always sought? Is this what you spent day and night fighting to achieve? What? How are you? I thought you wanted power in order to protect those you cared about. I wonder if, maybe Maria will show up too. But here you are, using that power to destroy their lives, maybe even young Morgana too, to chastise him for what he became. Or is it power, the only thing you care about protecting anymore? Shut up. Is that what I took up the blade for all those years ago? Enough. You don't have any place criticizing me. You're just a stupid child with his head in the clouds. Yep, he's totally sane, not crazy at all. Who thinks he can become some kind of hero? If you hadn't been so foolish, I wouldn't be in this place at all. You're right. We chose the wrong path. And there is no way for us to get back on the right one any longer. This wasn't what I'd wanted at all. The future I had dreamed of. The outcome I'd hoped for. But who did I even have to explain that to? And who would even understand if I tried? There were walls as high as the eye could see on both sides of this path. Forward was the only way I could go. I had killed my old friends and comrades, lost everything along the way, but still I had marched on, because that was all I could do, and now power was the only thing that remained in my hands. So I would make a despot of myself, bury all my feelings for her, and continue my march straight into hell. I had no other choice. Every day I felt like a slog through it. Every day felt like a slog through a swamp with no end in sight, though I did everything to keep up appearances when I wasn't alone. I masked any trace of my discord beneath a veil of bottomless confidence. It had reached a point where nearly everything I said or did in public was an act, a farce even. Among the mistakes the Far Eastern dog had made was involving a third party. He was a young man, and there was a considerable possibility he was nobility, which meant I couldn't simply dispose of the boy until I had more information. Between that and his decision to cut off Morgana's arm, I was looking like quite the fool for thinking I could tame a beast. Though, of course, my biggest mistake was coming up with the scheme in the first place. Soon after locking Morgana up in the tower, I summoned the boy, making it abundantly clear he was not to tell anyone what he knew, then sealing the deal by turning him into a co-conspirator. The boy was irritatingly timid, in part, I presumed, because the dog had already threatened him. All it took to keep him nice and obedient was a stern glare and a few choice words. I hired the dog to be my bodyguard and assigned the boy to an administrative supervising post on the new church grounds. Having been originally built as a second manor for the previous lord, the church was still more mansion than church, which meant there was an abundance of rooms for the boy to stay in. I then summoned the saintess there to serve as the face of the church. She was to remain on the grounds all day, and at night she would stay in a cottage a safe distance from the church. I also informed her I stored my money and valuables in the observation tower, and that she would be charged with treason if she trespassed. She was a naturally trusting woman, and she seemed grateful for everything I was doing for her, so I doubted she would spill anything. Though even if she did, 3 keys were required to enter the tower. One held by me, one by the dog, and one by the boy. So all 3 of us were in this until the witch died. I wonder when we're going to get to, like, maybe the more present time with Michelle, if we're going to have that encounter. Like, how far in the future are we going to go with this story to the point where Morgana did pass? I had one of my aides dig around for information on the noble boy. Mel was his name, and he claimed he had been banished from his home. But I couldn't just take him at his word. I had to be absolutely sure so that when the witch died, I could eliminate him. The dog, too, of course. No one who knew anything could be allowed to live. That said, he seemed like he could put up a better fight than the boy, so I would have to be a little more careful in choosing how to take him out. I wasn't too worried, though. I was the Lord, after all. So long as that much didn't change, I could do just about anything. Once we started distributing the miracle elixir, the church's following grew far quicker than I had expected. Numerous reports of people being cured of diseases spread through the city, and before long, even the healthy came seeking its powers. And that's how Jacopo can be like, he can disguise this as like, but I'm doing a good thing. Yes, I'm hurting Morgana, but like I'm also helping people. Every smiling face that walked out of the chapel put another black stain on my spirit. Oh, well, never mind then. I was like, I thought maybe he would use that to justify his actions. Her blood really was miraculous, and it was then I understood why the last Barnier had held all those banquets. He wasn't just torturing a little girl. He was feasting on miracles. And now that word was spreading, and I knew the rumors were true, I had lost my final escape route, the plan failing entirely because her blood was just ordinary blood. Forward was the only route that remained. One day, the Far Eastern dog said to me, "Everything is proceeding exactly as you said it would, Lord." I didn't believe in miracles, but seeing all this has tempted me to change my mind. You were right. One girl's life is indeed a worthy exchange. I wasn't sure how I responded, though by that point I had largely just rattled off bitter snark and insults reflexively in response to anything. So presumably I called the dog a dog, perhaps giving him a laugh. Most nights I could no longer sleep without the aid of alcohol. I was pretty sure none of it was poisoned, but I spent a lot of time throwing it back up regardless. Barnier's cackling echoed in my chambers. The world twisted and contorted. Quite frankly, I was considering taking my own life, but I wouldn't let myself run away from what I had done, what I was doing to her. I had said I'd continue my march straight down to hell, and that was exactly what I had planned to do. Again and again I repeated to myself, I feel nothing for her. I never loved her. She's just another faceless peasant. I have no memories of my past life. I bet we're gonna get to see a Morgana spirit. Or a flashback, at least. The days turned to months, and soon spring was upon us. Oh, Morgana. They finally got shackles to put on me. Must have given them quite the scare when I tried to climb the wall. Isn't that funny? Ha ha ha. Look, I made a flower crown. Festival preparations seem to be going well. Okay, the festival's coming up soon, so I imagine there probably won't be much more of the story, because that's when it all goes down. Hey, aren't you going to go? Oh, I'm not going anywhere. You're a strange one. It's much nicer out there than it is in here. If anyone is to leave, it will not be me. Say, I've been wondering, who are you, anyway? That's the white-haired girl. I was created to carry your pain. That doesn't answer the question. I cannot give you any other one, though. I carry your pain for you and offer you someone to talk to, so the last remaining flame of hope in your heart doesn't flicker out. So you've got the two sides where you've got Morgana creating somebody to talk to and alleviate her loneliness and try and give her some hope, whereas like Yakubo is like, because he's so self-hating, has created spirits of other people and himself to basically tell him what a piece of shit he is. How very honorable of you. You sound like a saint. I don't know how you could stand living like that. What? What's so funny? Nothing. Just, you don't remember anything, do you? I don't consider my work to be saintly, but if you perceive it that way, then that's thanks to you. Because that's who you were, Morgana. You're not making any sense. That's fine, my dear. Knowing what I carry in my spirit would only cause you pain. So I just beg you to live on, to not give up hope. Where am I supposed to find hope, chained up in a tower? You've been with me long enough. You see me here. My body is on the verge of death, and a black cloud fills my spirit. I despise those men, every one of them, who did this to me. I want to kill them myself, and I hate that I lack the power to do so. I want to place a curse on them all. Don't talk like that, Morgana. Please, keep your spirit pure. Don't talk about cursing people. There is still hope. Someone will come to save you. Michel! I want to see him. He's awesome. Maybe one of the three will have a change of heart. Or maybe someone else will come through the door. Just have a little patience, alright? And that's why Morgana said, like, I was told somebody was going to come, like an angel was going to come and save me. There is no point. Even if someone does come, I have nowhere to return to. I have nowhere. That's not true. Remember all those years ago when the Lord had you chained up? Someone came and set you free then. And someone will. No one is coming. I mean, I guess Yakubo was the one. Like, I think he undid her chains or something. So he did technically set her free, but that's not giving him too much credit. No one's coming. That was a miracle. A one-time miracle. The flaxen-haired boy. He lied to me. This world is nothing but betrayal. No one is going to set me free anymore. Actually, there is one possibility for my salvation. Perfect, then we'll wait for them to come. Yes, let's wait for an angel to come. Aw, Michel. What? An angel to come and set me free. Morgana, deliver divine punishment unto the sinners who would defile me. Hehehe. Hehehe. Yeah, she doesn't even remember being the saint. I haven't seen Maria in a while. Morning, Maria. You're here bright and early. Hey, yeah, not like I've got much else on my plate. Well, aren't you quite the workaholic? You know, you're getting to be about that age when most girls would close up shop and settle down with a man or three. Okay, you old. And you know no man wants to get hitched with this kind of bitch. She's like, I'm the bad bitch. Yeah, like, I don't need no man. Fair enough. Most girls in this biz are rough around the edges, but you're rough all the way through. That's not true. Jesus, sweetie. Like how you got all up in a client's face the other day? Now that was a sight to see. But anyway, the blacksmith brought this by for you. Huh? Oh, that. I was planning to go pick that up myself. Oh yes, is that the knife? Or something she said that she was going to go and kill Yakubo and Michelle caught her on her way to do that. Special thanks for being such a faithful patron, he said. Never met another prostitute who regulars at the smithy. That's one heck of a hobby. Maybe so, but it's the only hobby I have. Not going to lie, that's a little scary. What kind of girl collects knives? What kind of girl doesn't like something nice and shiny? There's nothing more to it, right? It's just a collection, not for you to, like, use or anything. And like I said, they're shiny. And when have I ever drawn a knife on any of you? Never, right? Oh, no, not use them on us. The thought never crossed my mind. I know how much you care about us girls. I just mean, you're not planning to do anything, like, dangerous? Ha! Oh no, hell no. You're way overthinking it. If you say so, it just looked like this one was made for a special occasion or something. You even had your name engraved on it. Oh, probably because, Maria's like, Yakuba's like, I want you to know who's doing this to you. I'm going to leave this knife in you so that, like, they know I was the one who killed you. What's so strange about that? Collectors get their names engraved on shit all the time. I once had an ex-mercenary for a client, and he told me people engrave names in weapons for all sorts of reasons. The name of someone you love to help strengthen your resolve. Your own name as a symbol of your honor. Is this for... How much honor does a dirty old whore like me even have? Like I said, it's just my hobby. I like shiny things, and that's all there is to it. Now, hand it over. Promise me you won't do anything dangerous with it. Pinky swear. Thanks. The thing is, like, if she was thinking that she's going to do something with it, but, like, if you were planning on killing somebody with it, or, like, the last thing you would want to do is do it with a weapon that has your name on it if you want to be inconspicuous. Sorry, friend. It had been 4 years since the raid on the brothel, and we were still just barely getting back on our feet. It would never be the same as before, though. Not because we had to move locations. I think this is our first time getting Maria's point of view on stuff. But because the slums were shrinking away to almost nothing thanks to the Lord's renovations. Not to mention all the new foreign women who sold their services up in the city's bustling marketplace. Most of our old regulars had taken their business there, and we weren't drawing in much in the way of new blood either. With better options to get their rocks off, only the real oddballs went for the rundown whorehouse in the little back alley in the slums. It was enough to keep us afloat, but we'd hardly last another 6 months. A year, if we were real lucky. And while we were down here fighting to make it day by day, our ever-gracious Lord was planning a festival to celebrate the spring harvest. Celebrations were to take place in and around the new church set up across the river, and with this being the first annual harvest festival, the whole city was in a rather jolly mood. Everyone except us slum rats, of course. The merchants, the upper class, and even most of the regular citizens were in love with the Lord. Public opinion took a huge turn after the new church opened its doors. I presumed it was all part of his grand plan. Me, on the other hand, I was far from pleased. He had abandoned us in the slums, left all his old friends out to dry because he wanted a little extra gold. And like hell, I was going to stand for that. Word through the grapevine was the Lord and his bodyguard spent a lot of time at the new church. A nun everyone called the Saintess worked there, handing out some kind of miracle elixir. I assumed it was her he had business with. But his business didn't matter so much as the fact that he was there. There was no way I was getting through the fortifications around his manor on the hill, but the church wouldn't be nearly as well protected. Last night I snuck onto the grounds to survey the area, and there were no sign of any guards or people at all. So it wouldn't likely be difficult for me to slip into the building and hide there until he showed up. Tonight, I brought everything. I was going all in. These past 4 years, my feelings for him have been, well, mixed, to put it lightly. I knew damn well he wasn't the same man I grew up with, but a part of me deep down wanted to believe that man was still there, that maybe he had some reason and I just wasn't seeing it, that I was misinterpreting him somehow. But if I was right, and the old Yakubo was gone, I would settle it once and for all tonight. This is, I think, where Michelle saw her, on her way to go kill Yakubo. It's quiet in there. Doors locked tight. Figures. Now, with that out of the way, how do I want to get in? I could break a window. I'd rather not make that much noise, though. Oh, Mel. Now, who do we have here? I'm glad this is sort of new. Like, we saw kind of, like, part of this in the first game, but this is, like, expanding on it a little bit. He's heading for the mansion. Maybe he's got a key? I was gonna bail if I ran across anyone, but that might not be necessary. How much longer am I going to have to deal with this? And I can't believe he's holding a festival. He's got to be out of his mind. I'm too tired to worry about this tonight. Don't move. Ooh, I didn't know this had happened. What? Oh, and no squealing either. One peep and this little baby will carve you a brand new mouth. What? Who are you? Are you a thief? I don't want your shit. I just want you to answer a couple of questions. If you can do that for me, you get to keep your throat in one piece. What do you want from me? What are you doing here? The Lord comes by here pretty often, right? I want to have a little chat with him. What? Are you out of your mind? I can't let you see the Lord. Oh, alright. Nighty-night, then. Wait! I'm not fucking around. I don't care who you are. If you're gonna cover for him, then say your prayers and curse your bad luck. What's it gonna be, little man? Don't hurt me, please. Where is the Lord? He's not here. Well, it was nice knowing you. Slow down. He's not here now, but he will be at dawn. Is that so? I'm not comfortable saying any more out here. Someone might see us. It'll be safer if we go to my room. We can talk more there. And how do I know you're not going to split the second I let go? I swear. I don't know you either, but you're not here to just talk to the Lord, are you? I'm doing what he says, but not because I agree with him. So if anything, I'm on your side. You're better at sucking dick than most of the prostitutes I know. I mean it. At the very least, we can't have a productive conversation if we're both on edge like this. Huh, you've got a decent head on your shoulders for someone who is within seconds of losing it. Alright, you convinced me. Lead the way, little man. But if you so much as breathe suspiciously, your head will roll. I get it. On your feet. Glad I ran into someone without a spine. Poor Mel, everybody just talks about how big of a weenie he is. I would definitely have trouble sleeping after this if I had to kill a complete stranger. Well, well, nice looking room you've got for yourself, little man. So, the Lord's going to be here bright and early, you said. But why? Well, oh shit. Did Maria know about Morgana? Is Mel gonna talk about Morgana like they've got her locked up there? I can't remember if she knew about her or not. Daytime I'd understand if he were here to play friendly with all his followers. But no one's going to be here at the ass crack of dawn. They're not his followers. The patrons of the church are true believers in the word of God. Can't say I'm convinced. It looks more to me like he's built himself a damn cult. Now, my question. The Lord has important business to attend to in the mornings. I'm not stupid. I'm asking what his business is. I can't tell you that. Only that he'll be here early in the morning. You think I'm just gonna take you at your word? Oh, I can't tell you why, but I promise he'll be here. It's really, really important, so just wait here till morning. So I sit on my thumbs, morning rolls around, and whoosh, I'm never seen again. That sound about right? No, no. Then answer my question. What is he going to be doing here so early? He's coming to check on some valuable assets. Say again? I help manage his assets. But not because I want to. He's threatening me. And what are these assets? It's, spit it out. I can't. I really can't. Anything but that. What if I say I'll kill you if you don't? Go right ahead. Threaten me all you want. That is the one thing I can never tell anyone. Because they'll make you disappear if you spill. It's not my safety I care about. It's my sister. They'll kill my sister if I tell anyone. So I can't say anything. You have a sister? And we know that Maria, she met Nellie at one point, right? They were all talking together. She's my only family. I see. So, the Lord is blackmailing you to help manage his assets. And as part of that, he's also holding your sister hostage. Not directly, but essentially, yes. That sick, rotten fuck. I don't have any family myself, but a few years back, there was a girl who was like a sister to me. It's so sad to know that the asset is Morgana that she's talking about. Like, what a small world. What? Oh. And he felt kind of the same way about her. Or at least I thought. But now he's fallen so far, he's taking some kid's sister hostage. Maybe I'm reading into things, but do you actually know the Lord? I did. Like a former mistress or something? Oh, hell no. We grew up together, believe it or not. What? So you used to be a noble? No, you dingus. I didn't think so. You don't seem particularly dignified. Yep, just a dirty old whore here. Sorry to disappoint. Whoa, I never said that. Anyway, that's all you need to know about me and the Lord. Oh, alright. Now, what about you? You know him for long? About 6 months, maybe? So, no, but you've been in regular contact with him the whole time. Tell me, what is he like these days? And don't worry, the knife's taking a nap. Just tell me whatever you can. I'm curious. I don't know much, but alright. The only time I really see the Lord is when we meet up to check on his assets. We don't chat or anything like that. He always seems to be in a foul mood, and he gives me dirty looks whenever he sees me. Even though you're working together? Like I said, I'm not doing it because I want to. I just wound up in this position. Go on. I can tell you this, though. He is a monster. He's a cruel, evil, heartless man. No one with a conscience could do the things he doesn't care about how much pain he causes, and anyone who doesn't fall in line is eliminated, just like the old Barnier. His reputation is improving because he's got the Saintess vouching for him. But it's all a load of crap. He's a villain and a tyrant. Sounds just like the previous lord. Huh? Previous lord? You not from around here, little man? No, I lived somewhere far away and just sort of ended up here recently. Well, that explains it. There was a different guy on the throne up until 4 years ago. He was a vicious, barbaric fuck who treated people like his playthings. He would murder slaves by the dozen just for shits. And he did some very bad things to a little girl. This new lord is exactly the same with the same girl. People are just another commodity to him. Man or woman or child, he doesn't care as long as they're useful. He'll hurt people, he'll kill them. Anything to get what he wants. I got that impression. After everything I've seen and heard, was I honestly hoping he would tell me he wasn't as bad as the previous lord? I've heard enough. He's gone over the edge, and there's no bringing him back. I was originally planning to talk to him. But that was never going to work. He's a lost cause. So what are you going to do? I'm going to make sure he can't shame himself any more than he has, by putting an end to his miserable life. You want to see the Lord gone too, don't you? Get out of the shitty hole he's thrown you in. 'Cause if you do, then stick your neck out and give me a hand. You know what'll happen if you keep on like this. Once your job's done, once he's done with you, you're gone. You're not stupid enough to think he would let you live, are you? What'll it be? You gonna go on being his obedient little bitch? Or are you gonna give him what's coming? Alright, I'll help. Excellent. Your tailor must be damn skilled to accommodate balls that big after she was calling him a little man and saying that, like, he had no spine. Huh. Honestly, I've been waiting 6 months for this. For someone to show up and give me a way out. While waiting for the sun to rise, me and the little man hashed out our plan of attack. The Lord kept a skilled bodyguard around at almost all times, so he wanted to avoid causing any trouble while they were together. He was only alone for a small window of time. When he arrived at the church each morning, he would first head for his private study, unguarded. That was our chance. Time was limited, which meant we'd be making it simple, move quickly. We had the element of surprise on our side, though. I could do this. No, there was no room for even the slightest uncertainty. I would do this. I didn't care about saving the people from an oppressive despot or anything grand and honorable like that. All I wanted was to stop an old friend from falling any further. I like Maria. Through all of this, she knows exactly who she is. She's like, I'm a dirty whore, I'm rough, I'm not ladylike, and I'm not doing this for some grand, like, reason. Like Jacopo was, whether he truly believed it or not, at least part of why he wanted to be the Lord was because he wanted power and he didn't want people to look down on him anymore. But Maria, she knows exactly why she's doing this, and she's not trying to fool herself. That was my entire reason for assassinating the Lord of the Land. I wouldn't be a hero if I pulled it off. I'd be an insurgent. But to hell with my reputation. I'd be hunted down and killed for my crimes not long after anyway. Jacopo, as your old friend, I will join you on your trip to hell. And then, at long last, the moment arrived. Ooh, I'm trying to remember what happened I feel like in the original game, like Michelle showed up and was talking all this crap to Jacopo about, like, who he really was as a person, where he came from and stuff, and then Jacopo had, like, that weird flashback with the necklace, Morgana's necklace. Exactly as Mel had said, the Lord showed up at the mansion early the next morning with bodyguard in tow. The Lord disappeared into his study, and the bodyguard headed for the chapel. Once he was out of sight, I glanced over at Mel and nodded. Like this? I don't remember any of this happening. Who is it? It's me. There's something I need to talk to you about. We'll be seeing each other shortly anyway. Whatever it is, you can tell me then. It can't wait. It's important. And I don't want anyone to overhear. Is it about the assets? Yeah. Fine, come in. It's funny, just like... Mel is once again providing, like, just like with the swordsman, where he's kind of like the patsy, the in-between, to have someone basically come in and, you know, ruin someone. Here goes. I took a deep breath, held it in. It would be all done in a matter of seconds. All our memories together, the time we shared, sent straight down to the grave. Nah! What? So long, Jacobo. I'll see you down in hell. Oh, shit. I don't know what happened to Maria after this. Did she, just like with Gratien, did she end up dying by Jacobo's hands? I mean, Jacobo managed to take Gratien down, who was a guy, like, way bigger than him while he was drugged. So, I don't know. I don't think Maria's got much of a... I'm saying Maria again. Maria doesn't have much of a chance. However, not a thing went according to plan. Ah, my resolve rendered null in an instant. My confidence shattered like glass. My vengeance brushed aside like nothing. My outstretched knife hit empty air, and without even enough time to blink, my whole world shifted. I wasn't looking at my loathsome target's face, but the flat, unadorned ceiling above me. My body spun, and then something slammed against my back. Maybe... Did Mel, like, tell Jacobo what was gonna happen, or was Jacobo, like, he's just faster than her? Gah! With barely enough time to even gasp, I crashed into the floor. It all happened faster than the blink of an eye. He had me on the ground, knee pressed into my back, my arm twisted up into the air. What? I had him! I had the element of surprise. How could he... It's like he knew exactly what was coming. Oh, shit. Maybe Mel did betray her. How could he react so quickly? Ugh. You look perplexed. Well, unfortunately for you, I've seen my share of assassination attempts. But you, I wasn't expecting. Ah, let me go. I thought, if anyone, you might be different. He's like, I'm disappointed. The hell are you going on about? You weren't even going to try to talk before killing me? There's nothing, to talk about. Not a goddamn thing. I've heard what you've done, what you're doing. Well, credit where it's due. At least you didn't try to poison me. Either way, there's plenty you could have done better. Second-rate attempt at best. 2 out of 10 assassination attempt. You rushed, knowing you didn't have much time, but you still could have used the fact we've known each other most of our lives to get a little closer before pulling the knife. It's like Gratien did it right, even though he still failed. That would have increased your chances a little. Alternatively, you could have tried to distract me with your body, but I doubt you could swallow your pride long enough to do that. Shut your fucking... Get off me! Are you trying to break my arm? You would break an old friend's arm? Don't take me for a fool. You just tried to kill me, you conniving harlot. Ooh. Oh boy. I wonder if, like, once this is done, if he does kill her, like, he's going to go into his own head and be like, oh, I can't believe I did that. I was hoping maybe Maria, of all people, wouldn't try to kill me, my oldest friend. Fucking fuck. You're a completely different man now. No, not even a man. A useless sack of flesh. Call me whatever you like. I've heard it all and more. Lord, the boy was sneaking about, so I apprehended him. Running away at the first sight of your grand plan going south? I see you still haven't grown a spine yet, have you, boy? You might have had a better chance if you both came at me together. Shall I kill him? Quit your drooling, dog. I want you to watch him. Make sure he doesn't try and run again. Because at one point, though, as Michelle came in and, like, Jacobo, like, broke his arm or something, or his fingers. And then that's when all that stuff happened, where Jacobo had, like, the flashback and everything. And what about the woman? She tried to attack you. Shall I kill her? Right ahead. Go right the fuck ahead. Kill me like you killed everyone else. Cut off my head. Put it on a pike in the town square. Everyone? You know, you're right. Nearly everyone I can think of died by my hands. Gratien, the rest of the gang. And Jaren, too. Excuse me? I thought Jaren died in the raid on the brothel. Oh, right! Maria didn't know about that! But you're saying you killed her? That's right. And she doesn't know the context of it, but it wasn't becoming the Lord that fucked you up. You were always on the other side. From the day we first met. I think Yakuba is like, he's not going to tell her the truth because, like, he's like, she already sees me as a monster anyway. Trying to tell her the truth's not going to change anything. I should have never trusted you. Fuck. So it was all bullshit, was it? Every last minute of it. Throw her somewhere I can't see her, dog. Why not just kill her? The last thing I need is people making a big fuss about a dead body showing up while we're preparing for the festival. And it's not like a damn whore poses any real danger to me. Especially not with her arm bending backwards. We don't need to waste any more time concerned about her. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? You won't even fucking kill me? I came in here with no intention of coming back out. And you don't even have the decency to do that much for me? Shut your goddamn mouth already. Leave your key here, dog. I'll handle our business alone today. So I just have to drag the whore out then. What a disappointment. Don't get any funny ideas. Just because I only told you not to kill her doesn't mean you can sate your thirst with one of her arms or legs. You throw her out and nothing more. Understood? He's like, I'm not making that mistake like I did with Morgana. I'm gonna say specifically, like, don't do anything else to her. Clear as crystal, Lord. Then get out of here. I hate myself for ever thinking you were a good guy. Enjoy an eternity in hell, asshole. Alright, so Maria did not die. Now, how do you plan to make up for this mess you so kindly made for me? You know damn well how busy I am right now. I had no choice. She threatened me. Yes, you had no choice but to hole up with her until morning, and you had no choice but to lie about having business with me. Don't give me that look. Like I told the dog, I have no interest in creating any bodies during festival prep. So I'll let you off the hook for this one. What? And you'll swear you never do anything like this again. Yes, sir. I swear on my life. Excellent. Next. Ooh, cough, cough. Ugh. And with that, the books are settled. The only reason I didn't hit you in the face is because your damn sister would throw a fit. So be sure to thank her when you see her. And remember, never again. Cough. Hand over your key. Now, get out of my sight. Yes, sir. I'm very sorry for everything, sir. Was it all bullshit, Maria? I'm beginning to wonder myself. Not even a word before coming at me with a knife. Not even a sliver of faith in me. I've been at this long enough, and I still haven't learned my lesson. Naive enough to think maybe she would be different. That she would understand, no matter what anyone else said about me. Believe me when I said I really was trying to help. And I gave everything else up in the hopes of improving their lives. God, I'm such a fool. How many times do I need to be reminded that no one is on my side anymore? She was right about me. I am just a useless sack of human flesh. I should head up to the tower. What's that? A necklace? Ah, Morgana's necklace, the one he was going to give her. Maria must have dropped it in the struggle. So, what'd you get her? As your big sister, I'd be happy to check the present out before you give it to her. Make sure you don't make too big an ass out of yourself. Today's the day, right? Oh, did Maria have it the whole time? Because, like, he gave it to her to look at, and then I think he left, and then all this stuff happened. You give her the present, then you finally tell her how you feel. When she comes back, give her the necklace and tell her how you feel. And if she turns you down, we can all have a good laugh about it. I was positive it had been taken or broken in the raid, but you've been holding on to it? You've kept it for all these years? I would have figured you'd have thrown it away by now. Necklace in hand, I made my way toward the observation tower, a thought bubbling up from the depths of my mind. It was a wretched, unsightly thing, which only swelled as I drew nearer. Never would I have conceived of such a monstrous notion, of exploiting my old identity, had this trinket not fallen back into my hands. Is he actually going to try and talk to Morgana and be like, do you remember? Is he going to try and give her the necklace? I thought that happened when Michelle... Huh, okay. I feel like things are going a little bit differently. Maybe he backs out of it before he has a chance to. I knew Morgana wasn't of sound mind, that the world she saw was a twisted falsehood. And though I couldn't see what delusions her mind was producing, it was evident the man I was now and the boy she once knew were two distinct entities in it. So maybe if the old Jacobo were still good in her mind, if she still remembered him fondly, then perhaps I could assume that role, much like I assumed the role of the Lord. The thought sent a chill down my spine. By putting on that mask, I would be disregarding every horrible thing I'd done to her, every time I'd come up here these past few months to draw her blood. In that moment, there was no one in this whole wide world who had fallen so close to hell as I, and in that moment I could no longer deny the madness that had taken root in my heart, the madness that had given rise to such a fancy. Is he actually going to try? Morgana, do you know who I am? The Lord. What do you want with me? Are you here for... I don't have any. There is no blood left for you to take. That's right. I am the Lord. I am the man who brought you a lifetime of pain, the man who locked you up in this tower, and the man who struck fear into your young heart 7 years ago. Yes, you did. I'll never forget. Now tell me, Morgana, do you know what this is? On your birthday 4 years ago, wow, he's actually going to do it, a young man was going to give you this necklace as a present. Do you remember that young man? I mean, she doesn't even remember being a saint, so probably not. Or have you forgotten? Forgotten what a pleasant time that was. I can't say I'm surprised. You were always saying how much you hated staying at that brothel. Those 3 years were no more pleasant than any other time of your life, and except that's not true at all. I remember him, and I remember those days. Oh shit, and do you remember them fondly? Yes. Well, that's great to hear. You can rest at ease, Morgana, because he's going to be here soon, and that was the only time. What? That was the only time in my life, where I was happy? When I was actually happy. Except for those years, my life has been nothing but pain and misery. But those days, they were warm. Everyone was so kind to me. They showed me love. It was all I had. The only happiness I ever had. No time in my life was better than that. But it was taken from me. I wish it had all just ended there. Her words were like I'd plunged through thin ice. I could put on the best forged mask in all the world, but I would never again be the man in her memories. I could act exactly like him, but I would never be him. My hands were permanently stained with blood. The sharp smell of death hung around me like a cloud. I was a heartless killer, and anyone could see that. Never would I be able to smile like him, and never would I be able to share his dreams. Just like with Morgana, where she is two separate entities. There's her, and there's the white-haired girl. It's there's Jacobo, and then there's Barnier. The fact I'd even had the idea to pretend to be my old self was proof in and of itself that I was too far gone. I'd reached the point where the real me was the imposter. He's dead, and so is everyone else. Why do you have that necklace, Lord? Did you kill him? Was that your doing too? In a way, I guess he did. So the best thing I could do was let Morgana have her pleasant memories unmolested. I'd ruined enough for her already. Yeah, he's gonna be like, yes, I did. Because, I feel like the idea that that boy, the one that took care of her, is also the one that did this to her would absolutely shatter her, and he realizes this. She'd said those 3 years were the happiest time of her life. I couldn't tell her the truth now. There was no possible lies or justifications that would ever allow me to stand by her side again. You did, didn't you? I did. I killed the young man. I killed all of them. I killed and I killed, until there wasn't a soul remaining. I knew it. You are the cruelest man in the whole world, the most evil, irredeemable man to ever set foot on God's earth. That I am. I despise you more than anything. I hate you. I love you. I want nothing more than to put a curse on you. Is he saying this all out loud? He's got to be saying this in his head, right? Or maybe she can't even hear him at this point. I buried my feelings for you so they wouldn't get in the way of me being the Lord. I want to see you dead, but those feelings never entirely went away. I tried to weigh what was most important to me, but I misread the scales. I hate you with all of my being. I lost any right I had to say this years ago, but I want you to know, I truly do love you. I revile you, detest you, loathe you. I loved you. There was not enough hate in all creation for you. Tell me, what do you see when you look at me? What do you hear when I speak to you? I hate you, 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 I hate you. You can't see the tears on my cheeks, can you? Your mind, your spirit are shattered beyond repair, aren't they? You're not actually understanding anything I say, are you? You're not going to be able to remember any of this, are you? So he is saying this to her. I hate you. 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 I hadn't realized it had gotten so bad. My eyes have been shut for far too long to what was happening to you, to my own feelings, to everything. For so long I've avoided facing the truth. Not only did I fail to protect anything, I destroyed the one thing I cared about most with my own 2 hands. That is all I ever managed to do. I wonder, what was the point of no return exactly? This isn't the world I wanted to show you at all. I, of all people, should have done everything in my power to ensure those good days never ended. But any apology I make would just ring hollow. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. Cough. It seems my being here isn't doing your mental state any favors, so I will leave your food here and get out. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. I would like to tell you this, though, even if I am fairly certain you don't understand what I'm saying. Tomorrow is the first day of the Harvest Festival. When it comes, I'm going to finally do something I've been considering for a long time. I'm going to set you free. I'm going to put an end to all of this. I hate you. That ship sailed long ago, I know. You are in no condition to go out into the world anymore. So I'm not just going to release you and forget about you. My father, to his side, an angel, send me back to heaven. That is the plan, yes. We'll go out and find some place to die together. Well. For as long as I've had the throne, a part of me has wanted to say, I'm done, I have no need of this anymore. But every time the thought rose to my mind, it was pushed back down by a refrain of, so you'd let all that work go to waste, everything you sacrificed to get here. Back and forth the voices would go, day in and day out. In reality, it wasn't pride or a desire to hold on to my power that stopped me from doing this sooner, but the fear everything I had worked so hard for would be for naught. But now that I saw death looming over her, it was clear that only greater, more crushing despair awaited me. It would break me utterly, and I would end up abusing my people even worse than Barnier had. The best thing I could do for everyone was to end it all here. Oh, I didn't realize that that was his plan. I don't think it was mentioned, where basically it's like going to be like a go out together, like he's just going to kill himself, kill her, or just let her die, and then kill himself, to step down off the stage. Morgana wanted release from her agony, and death was the only path she would find it down. My sickness was worsening by the day, and death was the only thing that could cure me. I chose the Harvest Festival in part because it seemed like a fitting end, but more because with everyone distracted by festivities, they weren't as likely to notice the Lord had gone missing. As my final act of penance, I would find her somewhere with a gorgeous view to gaze upon as I took her life. Somewhere you could see almost over the horizon, somewhere where the sun shone bright and proud, somewhere that felt like you could see the world, and carrying the full weight of her enmity on my shoulders. Or enmity? The Lord, too, would meet his end, finding some place beautiful for her to depart this life from. Was all I could do to ease her pain, all I could do to provide her a peaceful repose, all I could do to pay for all I had done. On the first morning of the Harvest Festival, townspeople swarmed the new church's grounds. When I arrived, there were wide smiles on everyone's faces. From the young to the old, from those here to partake of the church's charity to well-off churchgoers, everyone was in good spirits. So, I mean, this is the day of the festival, right? This is when stuff's about to go down. Whee! It's a festival! Ha ha ha! Look, look! Everything's got flowers on it. Maybe specifically. I don't know if he was the one who ordered it with the festival, but there was that whole thing, I think, with the Midsummer Festival, where he couldn't get flowers for everybody. So maybe he wants to make sure there's abundance of flowers, even if he doesn't know deep down, maybe, or maybe just the thing about flowers reminds him of the Midsummer Festival. Quite the impressive event you've put together. The decorations are a bit on the thin side, perhaps, but for a church, any more and it starts looking garish. They can go ham all they want down in the square. You don't seem very enthusiastic. Why would I be? You spent so much time preparing for it, I assumed you'd be more excited. Ha, as if. This is all politics, not fun and games. An effort to bring unity to my people, you could say. No, I think secretly he remembers having fun at the festival with Morgana, so he wanted to maybe go a little bit nuts with it. I don't understand you at all. How can you spend so much time doing something you don't enjoy? I don't give a rat's ass if you understand me. Fair enough. When I first met you, I thought money and power were all you desired. But I've come to realize that's not the case. I'm beginning to think you're hardly a bad man after all. I knew you were an idiot, but I didn't realize you were that foolish. How can you possibly say I'm not a bad man, knowing all I've done? That's also fair. Maybe thinking about, like, how he spared Maria and didn't kill her outright. Hey, no running, kids. You're going to get yourselves hurt. What's the big deal? Run with us, Marie. Eek! You shouldn't pull on people. That hurts. Ah. Good morning, Lord Barnier. Preparations are all complete here, and the stalls down in the city are ready to open up as soon as you give the word. Thank you. I couldn't be more thrilled to be part of such a wonderful celebration. I'm glad to hear it. Are you well? You look a bit tired. It comes with the job. There's hardly a day I'm not exhausted. Well, don't work yourself too hard, Lord Barnier. It's important to get you rest. I'll keep that in mind. Oh, I almost forgot. Would you like a flower, my lord? Yep, that's definitely going to bring him back. Wonder if he's going to have a flashback right now. A flower? We made all sorts of flower accessories, and we're giving them out to anyone who wants one. They do the same sort of thing at the Midsummer Festival. Yep. And I liked the idea so much, I borrowed it. Okay, so this wasn't Jacobo's thing about the flowers. What do you say? I think this one would look lovely in your hair. I'll pass. That's a shame. And what say you, Mr. Bodyguard? Care for a flower? No, he's like, that would kind of ruin my whole thing I've got going on here, if I got flowers. Go on, take it. Don't let their efforts go to waste. Very well, I'll take one then. May God smile upon you. Thank you. Well, see you later. And Lord Barnier, if you need anything, please don't hesitate to ask. Hey, you can have the day off. Go spend it with your nun. Why the look? I'm merely surprised you would show any consideration for your dog. Well, it is a special occasion, I suppose. Needless to say, watch out for yourself. You were assailed just last night. I didn't realize you were even capable of concern. It is a special occasion. Ha. We'll take care of our usual business this afternoon. Should be able to bring a little more food than usual as well. Understood. Until then. Until then. Ah, I've died and gone to heaven. There's sweets as far as the eye can see. Better hurry before they're... Ah! Hey there, watch where you're going. Ah, Nellie! Yes, sir. Lord Barnier, I'm so very sorry. Well, if it isn't Mel's sister, someone's a bit too wound up, it seems. I've never been to a festival before, so I'm terribly sorry for running into you. Please don't get upset at me. Don't worry, I'm not upset. So, you never went to any festivals in your homeland? What? Oh, no. I couldn't go to any because I was stuck at home all the time. Ah, I suppose you wouldn't be able to get out much and spread your wings as the daughter of a noble family, huh? Nope, not in the slightest. It's all dresses and manners and no time for fun. I'm surprised. Most people just don't get it. So I'm gonna spend all day celebrating with my Mel. Tee-hee. Cough, cough. That's what the festival's for, but don't go too crazy. I'm told you're not in the best of health. Yeah, cough, but I'm feeling wonderful today, so I'll be fine. You look anything but, girl. See, this is like the old Jacobo showing through. A little bit harsh the way he talks, but like, he's showing a little bit of concern. The festival isn't just for one day, so if you find yourself feeling unwell, let someone know right away and then get some rest. Understood? Look at he's even smiling a bit. Yes, sir. Nellie, where'd you run off to? What business do you have with my sister? Dearest Mel? I'm begging you, don't hurt her. I'm not sure what this looks like to you, but I haven't touched her. What's gotten into you, dearest Mel? The Lord was just concerned about me. Concerned? Him? So, okay, if I remember correctly, Michelle was the one who came over to see Nellie and told her about the truth with, like, what Mel was doing with Morgana, right? But I'm trying to think, wasn't Maria with them? Oh, I can't remember. It's all jumbled in my mind. Maybe this is just a world, maybe this is the timeline where Michelle didn't come in and everything just went bad. And there was no, like, you know, there was no angel coming to save Morgana and she just dies. Mel, we take care of business this afternoon. Be at my study at noon sharp. Okay, I'll be there. Aw, we can't have lunch together. Running a festival must be a lot of work. I could hear the sounds of countless people making merry outside, but my mind was elsewhere, envisioning the place I would take her to die, somewhere far away, somewhere with a majestic view. I wanted nothing more to run off right then and there, but there were things I had to sort out before I could disappear. I delegated several days' worth of work to my attendant so the festival wouldn't fall apart without me. My mind may have already been made up, but it was still my responsibility as Lord to ensure everything ran smoothly, so long as I remained on the throne. But all I could do after was pray that someone much more qualified, someone of actual royal descent, stepped in to take my place. And before I knew it, noon was upon me. As the bell chimed 12, the three of us climbed the observation tower. The plan was to deliver Morgana her food, then send the other two back outside, so I could take her somewhere far, far away. Because if I... didn't it happen? Wasn't it like the last day of the festival where her blood, like, killed everybody? So maybe this is like a rewriting of the story, but maybe something happened in between so he couldn't do it. But when we opened the door, oh, her spirit had already left her body. Oh shit, okay. The witch killed her. The blood of the witch killed my sister. That wine you're drinking is no medicine. It's the blood of the witch. You're all drinking witch blood. Oh, here it is. Here's all the... Everything is in chaos. There goes another one. What's going on? We were told it was a miracle elixir. You're saying we've been drinking witch's blood? Please, everyone, don't panic. It must be some kind of mistake. And then didn't she get torn apart by the crowd? A mistake? A girl is dead because of this mistake. No, this whole thing was a sham from the very beginning. You and the Lord were working together, buying our favor with this rubbish. Please, calm down, everyone. Death to all the devil's deceitful minions. Death, death, death. Stop it. Stay away from her. Get back. Death to him, too. Shit. That's what you get for coming in and making such a mess of our country, foreigner. Why are all these damn outsiders getting better treatment than the rest of us, anyway? The Lord's a traitor to his own land. He doesn't deserve to be on the throne. We'll take this city back. Free it from his corrupted grasp. Death to the traitor. Morgana's death set off a chain reaction of hell and suffering. Perhaps it was fate, or her intense animosity made manifest. All I knew for sure was what I could see, that the world was crumbling around me, and I watched through the observation tower's window. The first to go was Mel's sister, who had regularly partaken of the miracle elixir. She started vomiting blood, and shortly thereafter, she was dead. So this is the way that it went in the story before Michelle came in and, like, changed things. Mel then broke down, revealing the truth about the elixir before stabbing himself in the throat. Fear and panic spread like a plague, breeding a desperate rage that found an outlet in the Saintess, the face of the church. The Far Eastern man dashed in to protect her from the mob, and soon a full-on battle broke out between supporters and opponents of the Lord. Actually, no. A battle would imply one side stood a fighting chance. It was closer to a riot, with anyone perceived to be on the Lord's side ruthlessly slaughtered. It was as though I was peering into a nightmare. There was no question who would come out victorious. It was a scene I had witnessed once before, but this time I was on the receiving end. It's that whole thing about like the cycle repeats itself where you become the Lord and then eventually people will rebel against you. Wonder if they're going to come up to the tower knowing he's there and just like strike him down. The illusionary faith I had instilled in the people to distract them from their dissatisfaction disappeared in a wisp, and upon discovering it was all based on a lie, that dissatisfaction came flooding back stronger than ever. I could tell myself I had always had the people's best interest in mind until I went blue in the face, but it didn't matter. I was a tyrant in their eyes. I turned away, and there lay Morgana's limp body. For a split second, I considered going over, leaning against the wall beside her, and taking my own life. With my foot hovering in the air, I swung my leg around, making my way toward the stairs. I'd done enough to torment her in life, failing to even let her pass on peacefully. It would be cruel and disrespectful to force her to be with me, the man she despised more than any other in the world, in death as well. As I was still the Lord, having not yet stepped off the throne, the right thing to do would be facing the wrath I had wrought. Well, at least, right at the end, he shows some consideration for Morgana and also, like, a little bit of honor, I guess. For a second, I wondered if maybe Lord Barnier had greeted us thinking the same thing. The revolution 4 years ago was also a foregone conclusion, but he didn't run. He stayed and waited for us to arrive. Perhaps it was partially pride, and partially that it was the only way out. We had lived as lords, we had ruled as lords. When the time came to harvest the seeds we had sown, we would die as we had lived. When I reached the ground level of the tower, I could hear shouting and banging and stomping through the door. They were probably tearing the mansion apart looking for me. Find him, they cried. Dethrone them, they cried. Burn him, they cried. I felt a slight pang of nostalgia as I listened to them, remembering when I had been in their position. All I had to do was open the door, and I'd be dead in seconds. They didn't just have me vastly outnumbered. I had no intention of fighting. My life amounted to nothing. My people are all dying. Soon I will be stripped of my title of Lord of the Land, and not a thing will be left. It was all utterly meaningless. I killed everyone I ever cared about, even Morgana. There was not a single person. No, I didn't end up killing Maria. I guess that's something to be thankful for. Is he at least gonna maybe... Hopefully someone will rescue her, at least. I pray you'll live on. By all means. Spend the rest of your life hating me, just so long as you live. Now off I go. I stepped out before my people, and a dozen bloodshot gazes snapped onto me all at once. I raised my hand in preparation to give them a few parting words, but they probably never gave him the chance, but lowered it again without saying anything. There was nothing for me to say anymore, nor did I have the willpower to produce words. Well, shit. I mean, I didn't think this is how it was gonna go, despite the fact that, like the original story, that's basically how this went. They impaled me from head to toe with sickles and pitchforks and all manner of deadly implements, and no longer able to support my own weight, I fell back against the door, sliding to the ground. Oh, this is like Michelle. This is like Michelle in the watchtower. I could feel the life draining from my body. Their voices grew faint. Were they shouting, grieving, cheering? I could no longer tell the difference. My consciousness quickly slipped away, and as it did, flashes of memories whisked past. A child fighting to survive day by day. A young man with his head in the clouds, hell-bent on going out in the world. A crowd of friends hooting and howling in a pub. Girls at a brothel constantly teasing, but always reliable. And you at my side. I thought I felt a gust of wind, guiding Jacobo's mind toward one particular memory. I don't need to see the world. All I want is... Oh, that's right, she never said it, did she? She probably was like, all I want is to be here with you. I could hear her voice with incredible clarity, and after so many years, I finally figured out what she had said that day. I don't need to see the world. All I want is... to find our home. Aww. Is this how it ends? Not long after we met, I told her I thought we might come from the same region, and that perhaps if we went back far enough, you might find we even shared a bloodline. And she remembered. Nearly 3 years later, she still remembered that insignificant conversation, which was why she didn't want to see the world. She was more than happy to just find the land where we came. I never needed to reign supreme. I never needed the favor of the masses. All I needed to do was go looking for that little pocket of tranquility. And a little late for that. My dude, I'm sorry. I stand before a gorgeous golden field. Flowers bloom all around, swaying in the warm breeze. Vaguely familiar faces smile and laugh. After a long, hard journey, we finally made it. There was no big, bustling city. No one dressed in extravagant clothing. But they would welcome us warmly. Welcome us as kin. It's a quiet land, not a trace of strife. They bask in harmony, smiles on everyone's faces. Nevertheless, she's still afraid of how they might treat her, so I offer her my hand. This is it. This is our home. As we draw closer to our home, her tense nerves seem to loosen, and she lets out a barely audible sigh. She slowly draws back the hood covering her. Aw, man. The soft light of the sun shining down, to reveal for the first time her face. A beautiful girl stands there. So enchanting, I find myself at a loss for words. A smile rises to her face, now free of the hideous marks that once covered it. A smile brighter than I've ever seen before. The lush fields stretched out behind her, accentuate the glimmering gold of her eyes. I stand there silently taking in the sight. Her braids flutter in the breeze. The sky, blue as sapphire, drapes the scenery. She isn't a witch here. She's an ordinary girl, and me, an ordinary boy. We have no power, no extraordinary abilities, and I can't think of anything more wonderful. With all the weight lifted from my soul, I give a soft sigh, looking at her in the eyes. And then I chuckle, remembering something she once said. And you told me to prepare to be let down. Ordinary though we may be, our banter remains unchanged, and I know she's got a snarky response waiting to let loose. This is what I could have had if I'd made the right choices. What I wanted more than anything in the world. What? That's it? No! I mean, I knew this was going to be sad because, like, we knew what was going to happen, but still. I mean, I guess this is the thing. This was their story, assuming that, like, Michelle never went back to that timeline or that world. And he didn't fix everything. I mean, Morgana still died, but, like, she got to pass peacefully. She got to, you know, be at peace and not die with hatred in her heart. But it's that thing where it's just like, I started this knowing it was gonna be a bummer. But still. But that moment at the end was just like, that whole thing of, like, what could have been. And especially being this is a visual novel. And there weren't really choices to be made in this game. So it almost feels like a tease, like, if I had made the right choices, this could have ended differently. And in this case, this is how it was supposed to go. Like, I can't make any choice to change it. I guess it's just like reflecting real life, you know? It's just like, if you make the wrong choices, you don't know it until it's too late, and you can't go back and change things. I'm gonna wait until the end. Hopefully, maybe we get a little bit of something extra here. As usual, the music's really beautiful, too. That swelling music at the end when Yakubo is, like, having that... Oh, we got something else here. Oh, Maria. Did she escape? God damn, everyone's lost their fucking minds. I need to get the hell out of the city and fast. On the first day of the Harvest Festival, I got this crazy bad sinking feeling. So I went to check out that new church across the bridge. Some kind of riot or uprising or something had happened. Wait. Did he... I thought he locked her away somewhere. Did he, like, let her go? Did she escape? What? Okay. But it was all finished by the time I got there, and not long after, the truth of what the Lord had been doing came to light. I wished I'd never heard a damn thing. Oh, this is where she's going to learn that Morgana was alive, and Yakubo was doing that to her. I didn't need anyone to tell me he wasn't the guy I grew up with, but never in my wildest dreams had I imagined he was that far gone. All the time in the world wasn't enough to make sense of that. The valuable asset he'd been storing in the observation tower was, of all fucking things, the girl we'd looked after a few years back, Morgana. But the madness didn't end there. The witch with the miracle blood everyone had been talking about. That was her, too. My mind was so scrambled I wasn't sure what to be most stunned by. But I had far less time to organize my thoughts or vent my frustration than I could have imagined. If I were smart, I would have left town the instant I learned the truth. After the riot, a strange sickness began spreading through the city. If you caught it, your skin would start turning black, and before long you'd be vomiting blood. Anyone who tried to treat it was infected themselves. The people called it the witch's curse. Get your heads out of the sand. I tried to say there's no such thing as curses, but I couldn't bring myself to finish. As much as I wanted to believe it wasn't, I was starting to think that maybe the curse was real, especially thinking back on the scene at the top of the tower. Now that's the whole thing about like whether she actually did infect everybody with this curse. There have been instances in history of like, it's almost, there's a term for it where it's almost like a mass hysteria reaction to things, and people start to develop symptoms of like an illness, and they think it's like a plague or something, but it's all like in people's heads, but it does manifest as physical ailments. The heavy air in the chamber, her dead body's eyes wide open, the eerie glimmer in those eyes that I was pretty sure I hadn't imagined. It was like I'd stepped into another world, and I could barely keep myself vertical. If she really was a witch, then yeah, that scene was a pretty damn convincing argument in favor of the existence of her curse. It didn't matter that she was dead, and even me, the least superstitious girl around, was starting to consider it a possibility. So the people who had actually believed in the miracle elixir were freaking right the fuck out. They had seen what the Lord had done to her, how much pain and suffering he'd caused her. It was easy to believe she hated the world enough to curse it. That's what witches did, after all. And the city was scared to death. First, they tried to seal the curse into the observation tower, but that didn't stop its spread. So next, they went after anyone who had known her in her life, and punished them. Oh no, Maria, she's gonna be, like, crucified by a mob? Shit. Almost there. The forest isn't far. There she is. That's her. Shit. They discovered that the witch had taken refuge at a brothel a few years back, and it wasn't long before they linked me to it, making me their next target. None of us at the brothel had any idea Morgana's blood possessed that kind of power. But the more I tried to defend myself, the more they began to suspect me, thinking every word a ruse. The whole city had gone completely batshit. It's right there. Like hell I'm gonna let them catch me. Fuck, my arm. She's down, boys. Get her. Oh, no. No, get off me, asshole. Get away from me. Oh, I feel so bad. Like, the ending was kind of like a bittersweet thing of, like, what could have been. And, though, this is just horrible. Like, I like Maria. What are they gonna do to her? I don't even want to know. Ugh. What the hell do you think you're doing? Wait! A bunch of men dragged me to the church and tossed me in the cellar. I could hear them shouting through the locked door. O witch, O great witch, we offer unto you punishment for those who wronged and forsook you in your life. The thing is, Maria is one of the people that Morgana wouldn't hate. So please, we beg of you, stay your anger. Have mercy upon us. Hey, have you assholes lost your fucking minds? I didn't do a goddamn thing to her. I never wronged her, and I sure as hell didn't forsake her. I didn't have any idea what that sick fuck was doing to her. O great witch, please spare us from the wrath of your curse. Please have mercy on us, who laid not our hands upon you. O witch, O witch, O great witch. You're fucked in the heads, every last one of you. You're not accomplishing anything by putting me down here. So let me out, please. Let me out of here. Ah, damn it, they really did just leave me here. The door is locked tight. I'm not pounding my way through this. Damn thing won't even budge. Fuck, fucking fuck. Something. There has to be something I can do. Hey, is anyone out there? Someone let me out of here. I didn't do anything. This feels like a witch trial. Funny enough, because it's a witch, but it's just like they're treating her like she's some sort of witch too. Like punishing her for nothing. How long have I been in here? I'm so fucking thirsty. Food. That would be nice too. Someone get me out of here. Please. I feel like my body's made of stone. I'm going to starve to death in here. You've got to be kidding. Like, what a way for Maria to go. You think she'd get into a fight with someone or something, or go out that way, not just sad and dying, starving to death alone. Ugh. Oh god, I feel sick. My everything hurts. Ugh. Cough, cough, cough. Oh no. Ha, ha. What? Is that blood? My blood? It's so dark. I never noticed all the black patches on my skin. Oh wow, why? The curse? But I never did anything to you. Why? Why would you curse me? Why, Morgana? What did I do? Ha ha ha. Now she's gonna lose her mind. You didn't mean to, did you? It was just a little mistake, wasn't it? You can still take it back. There's time. Just take it off me. I didn't do anything to deserve this. I didn't do anything to deserve being cursed. Come on, spare me. This is all in his fucking head, not mine. Is it because I didn't do anything? Is that it? Are you saying I'm to blame too? Because I didn't do anything to stop it? Because I couldn't trust anyone but myself? That's asking way too much. How was I supposed to know what was going on? I was up to my neck in my own shit already. Come on, Morgana. Give me a little sympathy. Spare me from your curse. I can barely move my body at all. It feels like I'm all out of blood to cough up. I don't even have the energy to cry for help anymore. So this is how I go, huh? And when I'm gone, that means everyone's dead. Haha. I wonder what whoever finds my body will think. They'll probably think that I was one of them. Now, wouldn't that be some real bullshit? Look at me. I know how to write. I'm a woman and a whore and from the slums. But look at me. I can read and write. Pretty impressive, huh? Why, I forgot how I learned, though. Oh, right. I had a friend who was doing some really important work. So I studied, so I could help them out if they ever needed anything. And I'll make sure to write it all fancy and proper, so no one suspects it was written by a whore. See, I'd make a kick-ass aide. Who were they, though? I can't remember anymore. You hear that? I'm innocent. The sinners are the ones who lived here. It was all of them, not me. So if somehow there's something after this and our souls live on, please, only curse them. They're the bad guys. This is the cellar. The cellar where, that's right, because Maria, in the thing with the white-haired girl, their story, Maria, wasn't she in the cellar and she found this writing? And didn't she say, like, this is from me? Like, this is my writing. Why is it down here? I love that. I love that connection. It's all their fault. Maria. Wake up, Maria. What? I've unlocked the door for you. Now get up. You don't want to be sleeping on that cold, hard floor. Morgana? What? How? You're dead. Oh, I'm dead, am I? Hehe, and you must be half asleep still. But I... Now, that's enough of that. Let's get you out of here, shall we? How? I can barely move. I think you'll find that untrue, my dear. Go on, stand up. And that's like Morgana, that whole thing, like the my dear, like that was only after she became the witch. You were right. I can move, and I feel better than ever. It's like I was just imagining all the pain. See? What did I tell you? Now, come, let's get out of this dreadful place. They're waiting for you. Oh no, is this like her just... This is like the last thing that she imagines before she dies, is like all of her friends and Jacobo alive. Huh? It's about time you showed up, boss. What? And Jaren too. I'm so glad you're okay. I've been worried out of my mind. Jaren? I was told you were killed. Say what? Do you really want me dead that bad, boss? Did I goof up on the job? No, I never said that. And you're a model worker, too. I've always been glad to have you around. Whee! Maria said something nice about me. It must have been real rough in there, huh, boss? I can't believe all those bad men would just lock you up. It's not nice. How's the city doing? Have things cleared up? You can rest easy. Everything's all righty-o now. I'm glad to hear it. You look like someone just pissed in your stew, girl. Where's that burning fire in your eyes? That's gotta be Gratier. Ah. Hey there. I knew a little solitary wouldn't get the best of you, girl. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't just stare. What, you think I was dead too? Like hell, ain't nothing in this whole damn world that could take me down. I'm the crew's #1 for a good reason. Ha, that's right. You are, aren't you? It's gonna be Yakubo will be the last person. Like, old Yakubo. You survived living as a slave in Barnier's manor. There's not much that could kill you. Damn straight. Don't you worry about nothing. As long as I'm around, nothing can touch our slums. Yeah, I believe you. So, hey, if you're alive, does that mean... That it does. We're all alive. Every last one of us. There he is. You were never a morning person, but this is a bit ridiculous, don't you think? Yakubo, is that really you? Is it really the same old Yakubo I used to know? What do you mean, used to know? I'm the same Yakubo you've always known. But you became the Lord, and then you killed everyone. Do you really have that little faith in me? I would never kill any of you. You know that. Look at that face. He looks so sincere, but we know that's not true. Just look around. Does anyone here look dead to you? Because they sure look alive to me. Whatever terrible dream you were having down there, Maria, it's about time you came back to reality. But look at me. Look me in the eyes. Tell me I'm not the same Yakubo you've always known. No, you're definitely you. The same old friend I've always known. Ha, see? Was that so hard? Well, we've got the whole gang here, so what do you say we go do something? Hit the pub, maybe? Ooh, now that's a plan. We're well overdue for another drinking contest. Ooh, I want in too. You're coming with us too, aren't you, Morgs? I'm not comfortable in such lively places. Come on, just this once. We can sing together, even. Your voice will have the whole place enchanted in a snap. I won't be singing, but I suppose I can join you, this once. The chance doesn't come around often. Oh, come on, you never want to go when I ask, but you will if she does. You could be drowning, and I still wouldn't agree to do anything you asked, so that's irrelevant. I'm not going because Jaren invited me, but for Maria. Will you join us? You bet your butt I will. This is so sad that this is just like, this is all in her head. I'm so glad. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's so sad. So glad that everyone's alive. It was all a dream. Just a bad dream. I knew it. None of that could ever happen to us. Hee hee. Save a seat for me, guys. I'm coming. Oh, my goodness. Oh, she has lost it. Oh, that's a real... Man, oh man, that's a real bummer. The end. Well, so much for the post-game, like, making you feel any better about stuff. If anything, it just makes you feel a lot worse. Alright, well, that seems to be it for... Well, it does say the main episode. Let me just check here. There's a sub-episodes here. Okay, well, we have a couple of other things afterwards. So, yes, that was it for the main story. Just as much of a bummer as I guess we could have expected it to be. There was not going to be any, you know, Michelle coming in and saving the day and being the hero. This is just the way that it was. So that's, sorry to leave it on a little bit of a sad note there, guys. But, oh, that thing with Maria and with Yakubo at the end. Just those images that they had before they died. Oof, that got to me. So, alright, that will do it for this part. So we'll be checking out the sub-episodes. Looks like we've got 3 of them. Happily Ever After. I hope so. I hope so. So I'm not sure how long those will each be. I'll maybe see if maybe I can do each one of those in its own separate episode, but we'll have to wait and see. Thank you guys so much for watching this, and we will check out those sub-episodes in the next part. Until then, bye. Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Kiori Makoto, SM, Revealing Storm, Tequila Mockingbird, Asborn Kennedy, Harry Gazif,
Icognito, Jared Fan, Joel Oostman, and Zoran Ether.